Hey everybody, I am Tommy and you are on the lifeboat. And I have my fiance with me. You guys may know Relatable Reese. If you don't, this is my fiance. She also has a YouTube channel. If you got a wrench, do me a favor and put a link up to my girl's channel. We've been talking about this on the channel more than once. We've been under attack. We don't talk about the people that attack us. They're content creators. We don't ever talk about content creators. But we could use the love. It's been really nice to see it turn around and start going in the other direction again. It's a beautiful thing. Pepper Jelly says, "Hello, lovelies. How are you, my fiance?"
So good. Really
Yeah.
good. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Pepper Jelly. Really good. Thanks, guys, for coming out with me today. I've been gone all day with Hux. We had a day date together, and we had so much fun. We went shopping to some of the places he wanted to go to as well, and
I
we had a
saw
good
some
time.
of that. I went back and watched it. Very,
Yeah,
very
we had a
cool.
lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
Let's see something. This happened too quick here. New member. That would be the lovely Leroy Creates. Welcome, Leroy. Sharon Clark, good to have you here. Goosebumps 801. Chase the Heat. That is the Johnny Scoville. Surprised you didn't know that. Kelly Williams, got a notification? Well, that's good. Good to see you. I just do this one. Thank you again and welcome. You look great in green, but I do this now because I'm not going to get it right. So instead of just doing it and looking stupid, I just do that one. Dee Dee Razzle Dazzle, good to see you. Amy Ed, Sharon Clark, Ellison Metcalf Palumbo, Sierra Terry, what's happening? Good to see you. The Bohemian Luciferian Witch. I know I've never said hello to you before. I would have remembered that. Welcome to the
Really?
boat. Yeah,
She's over on my channel all the time.
I do not ever remember saying hello to the Bohemian Luciferian Witch. Hello and welcome. Marie, good to have you here. Dawn, Layla, Encarnasoul. Kathy Ann is here, hard-working mod that she is. Debbie Zito, good to have you. Shelly Kelly, there you are, another hard-working mod. Brock Bandy, Shannon Trim, Georgie. Hello, Georgie. I know that this is going to sound horrible, but my favorite dog's name is Georgie. She's getting really old.
That's different. Layla just got back from seeing her boyfriend in Liverpool.
You know, she does entirely too much traveling, Layla Bradley. You know what I mean? She's always on the road. The last time, where was she? She was someplace else and she weighed in. You travel a lot.
She went to Germany to see him. He lives in Germany, but they met halfway in Liverpool this time.
Oh, that's where what it was last time. It was Germany. Georgie, good to have you here. Welcome to the boat. Caroline in Canada is here. Shell is here. Love that gift, Shell.
Oh, yeah. And yesterday was her birthday, Layla's birthday.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
Happy birthday, Layla. I wish I had known that yesterday. I would have sang you a happy birthday tune.
Lydia Krause, say hi to Lucas, to 7-year-old in my bed. Did I do Lucas's impression? He was on our Zoom call.
You did. He was the one that was talking about
I swam 25 meters today. He's so cute.
Abundantly empowered. I love day dates better than evening dates. Can't hang past 4 p.m. these days. I get it. My own eyes and ears. Good to have you. Laura Lou. Debbie Zito, I think I said Chicka Cherry Cola. What's happening? Ghost Rider, good to have you. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Shannon C. Encarnasoul. Patty Hartman. Did you get that reference? That was Top Gun. Old Tom Cruise, the original.
Never saw it.
You didn't? My goodness. You can see the love between us. What a nice thing to say. Well, we're going to be talking about love, relationships, and other stuff. It's going to be interesting.
Thank you, Patty.
Yadira, Chris Kaiser, good to see you. How you doing? Joanne Ventrilla is here. Kristen Melinda, good to have you, Kristen. Lydia Krause. Hello, Lydia Krause. Nancy Couch. Woofy, and you're not late. Miss Chicken Shag. Do you love that? Miss Chicken Shag.
I do. That's cute.
Sarah. Yeah, it really is. So Kim is Blue is here. Paula D. Pendley. Good to have you here. Georgie Kane is back. And I think that Sharona. Good to have you here.
Shannon C. has flu. I'm sorry, girl. That's awful.
Do you know something? I know so many people who are currently sick. I went through it and got sick. And then my sister, my mom, just about everybody I know, including, the kitty has got a bit of a respiratory thing. She's got a little sneeze going, and Johnny Scoville got her some meds, and she's good to go now. But Grouchy Mama Bear. Was that a modification? Were you just Mama Bear and now you're a Grouchy Mama Bear?
I wonder if cats can get kennel cough like dogs. Does she have like a kennel cough type situation?
That is.
I'm sorry, Mayor's girl. It is that time of year, people getting sick.
Tell me what kennel cough is, Clips.
Kennel cough? I mean, Bo had it when he went to the boarding facility. I don't know. They get bordetella. They get treated for it. It's supposed to help. But kennel cough is like, I think like a cold for dogs. I couldn't
Oh, it's
be
okay.
totally specific. I don't know if Kestrel's in here. That's our veterinary specialist, but it's not deadly. But yeah, Bo gets treated for it because he goes to the boarding place sometimes.
Yeah, and has a really good time when he's there. We were together. They were sending us videos of Bo about every 25 minutes. You talk about a place that's good at what they do. The
Oh
that
yeah,
boarding place was nothing shy of incredible.
I will always use that lady. I loved her.
I love it when you wear the cheerleader sweater.
I've never worn it
Yes, you have.
for you in
Yes,
Tucson. This is a real deal.
I know. I love that thing. I think
It's
it's one of the coolest things ever.
old. You can smell that it's old. I put on Katie Fulton's perfume today, like 6 sprays to try to tone it down because I don't think you can
love
wash
that
this
smell.
thing.
I love that smell. Rebecca Burns, good to see you. You could probably get it dry cleaned. It's magical. It really is, and it's even better in real life. I know you guys are thinking, "Wow, that thing is awesome." It's one of those things that actually looks better when you see it in real life. Reese kennel cough is if not treated, can be deadly.
I'm
Well,
sure.
we had
I don't
called.
know enough to
We
speak on
called.
it.
We called the person that was responsible for her birth, and she walked us through the whole process of what we needed to get and what we needed to do and all that. We're being very cautious, an abundance of caution, if you will. Do me a favor. We have a lot of new people. If you've been with Reese and I for this entire journey, put a 2 in the chat. If you are new to the soon-to-be Scovilles, put a 3 in the chat. Hey, love the watch.
I thought it went well with the vintage look.
It's a perfect.
I couldn't decide. I
pairing.
really wanted to do my Rado because that's my favorite one. The turquoise with the red is good, but I just couldn't. I was like, this is so cute with the whole.
Once again, your eyes are popping. They really are. I don't know what it is. It seems like it's been in the last 2 or 3 months, but you just look absolutely amazing with your eyes. Well, good. So the vast majority
Thanks,
of people
honey.
have been here from the beginning.
Thank you, Bunny. I don't know what tonight's topic is. I have no idea. I just got home. You and I haven't really spoken at all today. And you just said you're going to come over to the boat tonight. And I said, I'd love to. And we just hit go. But I will tell you, because of what you just said.
Sorry, I got a bug bite. Just realized I had what I just said.
You're lucky that you have bugs. Okay. Everything's dead here. It's freezing. I do feel different. This week has put a shift. If I were a Scientologist, I would say there's been a shift in my universe. It's given me a little bit of a shift in a really good way. I've gotten a lot of support from people, and I will say this, and we're going to be talking about this a lot on my channel, but I am discovering for the first time my self-worth.
Say that again, Kenny.
I'm really seeing something for the first time. And I talked about this yesterday. My worth, like self-esteem issues. And it's not something people can tell you. Like, you are enough. We love you. Sure. And I appreciate it. I love the support. But it's like I've said, telling a smoker, that's really bad for you. You need to quit smoking. Like, they have to see it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this like truly epiphany moment this week. And I had a huge shift, and I realized something about, I had a blinder on about that I hadn't been seeing, and I talked about it, and I feel so different now. I feel so more equal to people than I've ever felt. I've always felt less than. I've always felt just lower than, and that's for a lot of reasons. I'm sure the Scientology background doesn't help, but I've always felt less than also because I no longer call myself dumb, but I am lacking in many areas when it comes to like about the world, education, I've said this. I thought the Holocaust was in the 1600s, things like that. I'm very off on
You're
facts.
challenged with historical dates
Yeah.
and
That's
geography
okay.
because it wasn't something that was taught to you.
And that's okay. I have other gifts to offer this world. I may not know that, but I do have a lot of intelligence in other areas, and I find myself useful in other areas. I'm just not useful there. But I've always felt very much because of that, not knowing what everybody else knows, like feeling like I have to catch up to what you guys know coming out of Scientology. I just feel so, I always felt very inferior. And I just have to finish saying this because it's just made me
Take all the time
feel
you want.
so
I don't
good
care how
all
long you
week.
take.
No, it's a beautiful thing. I was talking on my Zoom call. I do a Zoom call with my people on my channel once a month, and we had dozens and dozens of people in there. We always do. It's an amazing. We had a 7-hour call, and it was life-changing because I was talking to our friend Original Ann in there, and of course, Lumen, all the, I mean, just all of our favorite people.
Is Original Ann the one that looks remarkably like my sister?
No, that's Lori Lee.
Oh, wow, does she look like my sister?
Lori Lee comes to our Zoom call too, but Anne said something in that call, and I felt an actual shift. She said something along the lines of, she said, I'm going through something private, personal, and I have been coming home every day to see if you're live or to watch you because you inspire me. I find you very inspiring. And I was like, I've heard people say that to me hundreds of times, literally since I started my channel, babe. I've heard so many men and women go, I find you inspiring. I've gotten a million, I was gonna say voicemails, emails, messenger messages of people saying, you inspire me. I love you. It's not that it hit different. That's what I mean. You can't tell a smoker to quit smoking. They have to see it. They have to have the motivation. They have to see it. So I said to Anne, I went, wait, I just realized something. I said, I always thought, ever since I started this channel, this is the absolute truth. My viewpoint on everybody, every woman, every man that watches me and says, like, I love you, Reese. I always thought that the viewpoint from their eyes was, you have got to watch this girl. She is such a train wreck. She is such a mess. I feel so sorry for her. Like, you've got to watch this girl's life. It's a mess. Like, she came out of Scientology. She got a divorce. This dude outed her on his channel. Like, this poor girl. Like, I just feel so bad. I support her because I feel sorry for her. That's how I always look. Cause like, she's not as smart as us. She doesn't know anything. That's always, I realize how people look at me. And Anne was like, what? She was like, no way. Like, no way. No one thinks that. And I realized, like, nobody made me feel that way. I was looking at that's a reflection on how I look at myself. It has nothing to do with anybody else. But I know that sounds basic right now, and I'm a little bit like, I should probably only talk about that stuff on my channel. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's the truth. Like, it was the moment of like, wait a minute, like, you don't pity, like, you don't feel bad. I just figured people watch me because they were like, she's hilarious. You'll pee your pants, but this girl's a train wreck. Like, you got to watch her. I only watch her because I can't look away, kind of a thing. And when I realized, like, we're equals, and like, no, I look at you as an equal, not, I always felt like I was looking up at people and people are always looking down at me. Like, oh, that's a mess. That girl is a mess. Like,
there's a lot of relief that is being felt, not just by me, but by a ton of other people. Because as you said, it's like telling a smoker, to quit smoking. But the number of conversations that you and I have had, and I don't sit and try to say to you, I don't come to you and say, hey, you're perfect. These are the great things about you, or this or that. I am very factual. I say to you stuff like, this is what separates you from other people. These are the things that truly make you unique. And listening to you say a lot of the same things that I've said to you back to me, there was never a moment where I wanted to yell, Hey, I already told you all this because I understand now. The first 2 times things like that happened with us, I absolutely wanted to say that. I wanted to say, hey, how many times have I said that? But
I
I get
know,
it.
but you can't take those things personally. It's like, by the way, I love that Sarah Browett's here. I never see her anymore. Hey, Sarah. It's truly like I was talking about this yesterday in my stream, and a bunch of women said, I relate to this so much. I don't feel like I'm worth anything. I don't feel like I am enough. Or one lady was like, I'm in my 80s and I've always felt that way. So I know it's not just a me thing. It's not a Scientology thing. It's a human emotion, right? Men and women. But and the women that said, I feel like I'm not enough. I tear myself down. I want to say to you, like, yes, you are enough. But the thing is, I don't live in your head. You have to see that yourself. You have to get there. And I'm finally 40 and I feel a total shift. I feel like, yes, yes, babe, you could say 100 times, I've been telling you that. I've been telling, sure. And I've been telling people to quit smoking for 40 years, but they don't do it, right? Like you can't, sometimes people don't want a solution. They just want to be heard. And I'm not very good at taking people's advice if I don't see it for myself. I have to see it in order
You
to get
know,
it.
I think we should probably talk about that. And I'll tell you why. Because it isn't advice in any way. This is a situation. I'm nothing that I was trying to tell you was advice. I wasn't. What I was trying to do is just see. We can share this with the audience without getting into a tremendous amount of detail. And that's kind of what tonight was about. How do you maintain love on YouTube? Because it is an amazing challenge to do in the real world. If you school teaches in separate schools, different districts, or you're a cop and she's a teacher, but to work in this business, to be content creators and do what we do, creates a whole new set of challenges. But what I was saying to you, and this is so, here's something Reese didn't realize. Reese doesn't watch YouTube, correct?
I watch sometimes. I come in and mod for you and Johnny, but that's it. No, I don't
Right.
watch
I mean,
YouTube.
you catch a few shows from time to time, but you're not somebody that watches YouTube.
Not at all.
So Reese was under the assumption, because Reese's exposure to YouTube has been Aaron Smith Levin and his show. The shows that she's been invited on to go do stuff, and then me and my brother, and everybody is sitting in front of a microphone talking into sitting in front of a camera and talking into a microphone. That's not YouTube. YouTube is videos that people record and put up. Like 99%. Live content makes up very, very little. And even the people that do videos very rarely are seen in them. They make videos that are about a subject matter, but there's no person. And if there's somebody narrating, you don't see them.
Spanx. Sorry to interrupt you, but there's Spanx. I never get to see Spanx.
Hey, Spanky.
Hey, Spanx.
So it's really, thank you, by the way, Pepper Jelly. I love that. I really do.
And thank you to Sandy Sue. I love her. She's my new friend.
I love it. Tommy said it best. It is fascinating to watch and participate in your will to broaden your horizons. You will get there at your own pace. I love you both in this chat, participants. You know, I was telling Reese back in the day, hey, Joe Virus, good to see you on the boat, man. Love that.
I love Joe. He was so funny.
I said to the Quibster, I said, the number one fear on earth is public speaking. Most people don't do this on their YouTube because they don't want to. Now, Reese doesn't understand.
I thought
that
everybody
99 out of 100 people are afraid of public speaking because of, I'm sure you credit it to your Scientology upbringing. However, I worked with a lot of Scientologists that could not go out on stage and do stuff, just didn't have it in them. So it has been my experience, because I tried to train public speakers. That was something that I had to do for a long time. Public speakers show up, and then you show them what it is you do at that particular job, but you don't train somebody to be a public speaker. They're either comfortable enough to go out there and have fun doing what they do, or they're not. And Reese was under the assumption that all 56 million YouTube channels were people far more polished than she is.
I did. That's true. I thought everybody was going live, and I thought everybody did the same thing that I'm doing.
No. So that, I think, the realization that, you know something, this is not it. You know, what you do is very, very unique. Do you know how jealous I am that you are shoving your face with fried pickles?
You know, I don't.
Man, I love fried pickles.
I love pickles. I don't like them fried. I don't like fried pickles.
Deep fried? You don't like them?
No.
Oh.
The ex-husband did. And he ordered him a lot. I hated it. Ugh, I don't like that.
There
It's
are
a
very few
texture thing.
things.
It's a texture thing because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
squishy.
Yeah.
It's squishy but crunchy, and that grossed me out.
No, I get it. Your Quibbs is very, very. You're like my daughter in that way.
I
That
know.
you're very tied into to textures. And you know something? I was telling somebody that yesterday because we were having a conversation, and they said, "Well, do you not like it because of the how it tastes or the texture?" Johnny was saying it, and I said, "I've never been a texture guy. I don't care, but boy, oh boy."
And we know that to be a fact, and I can't say why here.
Let's just knock this one out real quick since I have a Scientologist here. Since L. Ron Hubbard was an occultist, is there a lot of occultism in Scientology?
I don't know the definition of that word.
You know something? Everybody kind of has their own definition of that word. Occult really just means like hidden knowledge, like to the side of kind of a thing. But it has come to mean in the eyes of a lot of people, the word occult and satanic somehow become the same thing. They are not, but they sometimes,
hi.
hey kid is looking right at me. Hey kid loves me. We have a good relationship. Do you miss me, kid? What a good
I would
kid.
say I know nothing about it's. I'm seeing magic / supernatural.
Right.
No, I don't.
So
None of that in Scientology. No.
if you look at L. Ron Hubbard's journey through the stuff that he did with the sex magic and all of that, it's amazing that they're missionary sex, very prudish stuff,
Yeah.
and a lot of time spent drilling people, not in a good way, but
Look at the
holding on to cans, potatoes, spuds. Wasn't it Crowley who told him if he had wanted to be rich, he needed to start a religion? No, but that is something that is misquoted a lot, Joe Virus.
That's L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard actually said it to people on multiple occasions that if you wanted to get rich, you had to start a religion. He never met Crowley. He liked to tell people from time to time that he did, and that has come up, but he never did. There's nothing, and it's not that I'm mocking him. It's just that the two of them were never on the same continent at the same time. They couldn't have possibly met each other because by the time he was becoming anything, Crowley never made it to this continent, and he never got over there. But he hung out with Jack Parsons, the guy that started JPL Laboratories. And Jack Parsons was in like weekly communication with Aleister Crowley. They were pen pals, and he was sort of running the OTO, which was the cult that or the whatever you want to call it, the secret society or whatever that Crowley ran. The American version of it was being run by Jack Parsons. But no, he stole from everybody on earth, though. There's so much of, if you take it and look at what he did, it's a hodgepodge of a lot of stuff. And the fact that he was a very prolific science fiction writer. Very prolific.
Yes. I can't, being in Scientology for 38 years, none of that was ever, no, none of that. Like black magic type stuff. No, none of that. Not at all. No.
Don Parsons, you have a good night's sleep. And thank you for spending part of your evening with us. You do not owe us an apology, I promise. Hey, Laura, you give me hope of finding love again. You know something?
Laura, that's really sweet.
I think that there's hope for everybody. I truly and honestly gave up. We talked about this on my girls' channel the other day, but I just stopped completely thinking about it, caring about it, or I just it wasn't a direction that I was going in. It just wasn't. I had people that were, that I had relationships with that were not in the same country as me, and there was nothing that was ever. I didn't date. I didn't do any of those things after I had gotten out of prison. The idea or the prospect of going out to try to go meet somebody not only didn't sound like fun, but it just sounded terrifying.
And then what happened?
Hold on one second. Bangkok Baller, grace of God stuff. Honestly, I'm not trying to sound like, lame or anything else, but really what it came down to is, if this isn't a God thing, a black guy in a federal prison walked up to me and said, "I can save you." And for whatever reason, I never listened to any white people in prison that said that they could save me. Maybe I was just shocked that it was a black dude, or maybe I had done
Laura,
enough dope. Maybe I had just done enough. What's that?
we were talking about a really sweet subject, and I said, and then what happened? And Laura said, yeah, then what?
So hold on. Tommy, did you see the stuff about AG? No, I did not, but someone else asked me about that, so I will be on it. Here is the truth of this is that most people struggle with self-worth. I think it's a lot more difficult for people who survive Scientology. It's not a program that builds you up. It's a program that builds up L. Ron Hubbard. Everything he says is perfect, and all you do, right, is bring crap to yourself. If you're not feeling well, if you're sick, if you have an accident, if you do any of these things, it's your fault, right?
Yes, Debbie Zito, that's right. Thank you, Joe Mama.
And then along came Regine. Were you going for that?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Tommy was like, the door was closed. He was not going to date. He was not going to anything. And then I said, look at this criminal. I'd like to get a hold of that.
I'm a sucker for blonde hair and green eyes.
Okay, that's great.
You had really amazing green eyes and the best sense of humor that I had ever come across. Male or female, nobody ever made me laugh like you.
Okay, good. There's something, because I thought there's a lot of blonde hairs and green eyes.
You literally say the dumbest things. You know, there's also a lot of penises out there. Are you fond of you know what I mean? I literally have to I have to make sure that I say I am a sucker for those green eyes. And
no, it's not that at all. Yes. No, I was talking about the non-physical things. Like, yeah, that's great. I know that you like blonde hair.
I never ever would have found out any of the cool things about you. Let's keep it real. And take this with the just the truth that it's intended to be. If you're not looking for somebody, right? You're not. Then something kind of has to jar you. And your eyes really tore me up from the very, very beginning.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Because you never commented on them for a long time.
I did. I sure did.
It's the weirdest thing. Nobody's ever commented on my eyes until
you told me that the very first day.
Here's why. Watch the magic, guys. I don't have pretty eyes. Look, without the lighting,
they're still absolutely gorgeous. No, they're
it's
still
just lighting.
No, you're wrong, babe. I sleep next to you. I have a pretty good idea what your eyes look like, regardless of lighting. Can you ask the difference between us? Absolutely. I'm normal. She's not. Oh, you meant age. I'm sorry.
No, they said, what's the difference? Age difference is 14 years, which is not great. I would like that to be much, much more of a gap, to be fair. I wish it was more like along the lines of, 35, 40 years, but
yeah, exactly. Thank you.
What's the difference between us? He's a felon.
I'm a convicted felon many, many times over. I have been to prison 3 times. I lived the majority of my life as a criminal.
And I have one speeding ticket. I have one speeding ticket. That's it. I did not rob any banks. Let's see. I like money, according to everyone. Are you
sure?
Excuse me?
You sure you haven't robbed any banks?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
No, I'm too much of a chicken. I couldn't steal a pack of gum. My life depended on it. What is the difference between us?
I think that was probably asking about age. But what is the difference? I'm a man, you're a woman. We grew up, you could not find 2 individuals. And this is another thing that makes YouTube a challenge, is that we come from 2 very different tribes, right? There's a group of people that watch the kind of stuff that I do, and they tend to watch people who have been to prison. The content that you do is unique. It really is. It's people watch you for you. But there's a group of people that watch you because they came over from the Scientology community. And what that means is that when 2 people come together from worlds that are so completely different from one another, you find yourself bringing your tribe with you, whether you want to or not. We've been blessed that our audiences mesh pretty well. They didn't always.
I do. I have to say that was a good question from Bangkok Baller, I think, because We are very like we're two really it's weird. When you really think about it, like the likelihood of someone like you and of a girl like you and a guy like me
Yeah, exactly.
getting
Exactly.
together.
So you're saying there's a chance. We are about as different as two
Yeah,
people could possibly be in
we're very
every
different.
way. In
Yeah, we're
every way.
very different. We're not similar really at all. The only thing that's very similar with Tommy and I is our humor. Like what I just did with that movie I quoted that some of you may know, some of you may not. He and I can quote movie lines all day long. But to be honest, we don't have a lot in common, do we?
Um, it depends on, see, here's the thing. At first glance, we have nothing in common. Literally nothing in common.
Lori
But
Lee, we were just
but
talking
the
about you.
but the people that say stuff like that, when someone says, "Well, do you guys have a lot in common?" They mean, "I play golf. Do you play golf?" Like that's the kind of crap that they're talking about. And to me, that's all window dressing, and it doesn't mean a lot of anything.
Mm,
I'm of the belief that we have a tremendous amount in common. But it's the kind of stuff like our belief systems, right? Those kind of things. How we
thank
yeah,
you,
there's
Rue.
there's a lot
I
of the
love Rue.
really heavy stuff, the stuff that matters. I think we're on the same page on an awful lot.
Chris, we
And
do like spicy food. Yes.
yes, we do.
Yeah, basic stuff Tommy and I have in common. Like I wouldn't say he likes
Thrift stores.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't like to go shopping with me, but we'll go to thrift stores together. He'll walk
That's not
around.
true. That's not true. It depends on where we're going. Think how much fun we had like when we were in Florida and we went to the malls, was a ball. But if we're going to the same place every time, like it's not as much fun to go to Costco. But we have but if we're going somewhere and it's a mall and we're going to check and stuff out, I love being with you. But
Yeah,
we have way more fun in secondhand stores. We're into it.
we do. I mean,
We
that's
definitely
my
like thrift
favorite
stores.
thing to do too. We like, we don't I don't know. I wouldn't say we like the same food because 'cause you'll eat whatever I eat. You never care. But I am the chubby one in this
I'm
relationship.
pretty laid back. I'm pretty laid back in the food department. Prison will make it.
Yeah,
It
and you
just
just don't
changes how
care.
you view
And
food.
Tommy has a yoga body and I have a potato-shaped body, with eyes. Are you a purse holder, Tommy? No. And that's
I have held your
annoying.
purse. You
When?
liar head.
Oh, please. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard.
I've never held your purse.
You wanna know why I know the answer to that? You're such a creeper about purses. I'm like, "Hey, babe, can you reach into my purse?" He's like,
No,
"I'm not
that's
touching
different.
it.
No,
I
that's
was a
different.
criminal.
No,
I
I
was
will
robbed the
not go
bank."
into your purse. I'll hold it. I don't go into women's
Why?
purses. What?
I've
Because
got,
it's
like,
not a place I want to look in.
icebreakers, a wallet, and lipstick in my purse, and
Well,
he's
that's
so
your
weird.
personal business. I'm not going in your purse. I
Look,
don't like
you're
it's.
not a bank robber anymore. You've gotta let this mentality go.
I don't go into purses. It's just one of those
Sweet
things.
lord, it's
It's
weird.
where look, it's your personal stuff. I don't want to know what's in it.
What
I'm
personal
honestly
stuff?
look, there's not a man who's not a little bit afraid of a woman's purse. That's all men. Trust me. Men,
I've
back me
been
up on this.
I've been married 7 times.
That
Fine,
number
3.
just keeps fluctuating.
No one has
Yesterday it
I
was a
have
hundred and change.
I have never had coitus with a man that was weird about my purse except you.
Well, I'm nothing if not a gentleman, and I don't
So
like
what I'm
going there.
saying is, would you carry my purse? You'll carry it, but you won't
I
go in.
have. You've had me hold your purse about 500
Oh,
times. You
please.
do it constantly, kid.
That's actually true.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. Thank God. I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? One of us is definitely losing it. No, I really do hold her purse a lot, but I don't go into it. That's the truth. I'm just not into it.
I
Brittany
think
Van
you know
Brackle.
what? I do make you hold my purse when I go into fitting rooms.
Yeah, all the time. I love that Reese did her first video, shoulders rounded, and didn't know her worth. And I love this Reese, who is having epiphanies every day.
Brittany, I
Sometimes
love
multiple
you.
epiphanies.
Multiple epiphanies. I'd never had multiple epiphanies until I met Tommy, and he really showed me the light on how I can have multiple epiphanies. Thank you,
Thank
Brittany.
you, Brittany. That was a great
Some
comment
women
too, by the way.
can't, by the way, and it depends on the man you're with, but Tommy has shown me the way to have multiple epiphanies. I couldn't be happier.
Which is a good thing.
I didn't know I could do that.
I go back, and I know you don't do this, but I go back all the time and I watch that first video of yours.
What?
Yeah, I do it all the
The
time.
one with Aaron?
The first one that you did where you're sitting alone.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I have not watched it. I don't even know how to
I
get to it. How do you
well, I don't
find
think
it?
you would necessarily enjoy it. It's
No,
you're a different person
I
completely. But
was
you know what? When I need to be more patient, I go and I watch it because I look at the transformation of how far you have gone from where you started to where you are. No, there are days that as a guy you just are an impatient prick. And
yes, that's
on
absolutely
those,
accurate. Thank
it
you
is.
for
I'm not
saying that. No,
never denying
Bangkok.
any of these things.
I was not really married 7 times. I was making that up. Thank you, Rain. I have not heard of that movie.
Bangkok, if you had seen last night's show, you would have thought it was 105 times. I think she said.
Sandy Sue wants to know, hey, Kathy Ann or one of the mods, Shelly Kelly, maybe. How do you find my first video? What is it titled? I don't even know how
You
to
just
find it.
go back to you can do it by date. Just go back to the very first video she ever posted. It's
Oh,
not
I
it's
I
all it
should go
takes.
look at it. Hmm.
Yeah, I would be prepared first. Honestly, it's a very, very different you. It's amazing. And it's one of those things that will get your attention.
Wow. Okay. Thanks, honey
Yeah.
bun.
Well, it's the
Um,
truth. See
what else?
that?
This is my
Robert Hall says, I've never gone into a woman's purse and I am 70 years old. So I am not alone in this, man. This is a guy thing. I promise.
it's weird is what it is.
No, you were with weird
Wait,
guys.
I will
Solid
go
dudes are like, I'm not going in there. It's your stuff.
I go through all of your stuff. I go through everything. I'm the opposite. I want to go through it all.
But
If
do
I
I
was a
ever
man,
say to
I'd
you,
be going
stay
through.
out of I don't care if you go through stuff, but I don't want to be in your purse. You're cool with me going through it. You never told me not to go in your purse. In fact, you're always trying to get me to go into your purse.
I
It's one of
know.
those things that you do. You're
Like,
always
I
like,
don't want to
just
go.
reach your hand in. You don't have to look. You'll be
It's
able to feel it.
weird. You're weird.
I'm on team Tommy with not going into a girl's purse.
Okay, well, you
Thank
guys,
you.
ladies, must have some. I have Advil, icebreakers, a lipstick. What are you guys putting in your purses?
See that? See that? See that?
Goosebump. I want
It is
Casper
totally
to. I want Casper to set you up to react to your first video on a stream, Reese. I think that would be probably something I'd like to do with Tommy. Sounds like it's maybe something
Yeah.
I need to. Yeah.
Yeah, but we would probably need a little assistance. He was somebody that could get it set up for us because I don't know how to do a reaction video. I don't know how to do anything but sit in front of
Nor
us
do
and
I,
talk.
dear. Nor do I.
But
That is
but
something we
Casper
have in
could
common.
but Casper could set us up.
That's something we have in common. We have short fuses and get very frustrated because we're secretly both 75 years old. We're boomers because I don't know how to do anything and Tommy doesn't either. And that's kind of a problem. That's an imbalance, honestly. Like we don't know how to fix or do anything technically. I don't even know how to put air in a tire. Do you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm good with
Okay.
stuff like that. Those kind of things I'm great with because I've been a screw up and I've had to learn how to do things with cars, motorcycles, tires, those kind of things that I'm handy with. But if it's got technology involved in it, like I could take apart a wristwatch and put it back together and make it work, I'm handy, but this stuff, doesn't make any sense to me, man.
Oh, you're handy. You're handsy. Oh my God. Snail trails.
Yes, Chris, I am tech challenged, but on the I could put air in tires. Now I'm gonna. Riley's Human says, Reese, you are beautiful inside and out. Tommy, a rare find. I knew you would be together. It's just right. Love you both and your love. Well, thank you. What a cool thing to say.
I love Riley's Human. Thank you.
Yeah, that's such a kind thing to say. And I agree. You are beautiful inside and out.
That's crazy, Rain. Robert has a question. Debbie, what tops did I get?
Guaranteed.
Who's in that picture behind me? That's my grandmother from Italy.
I remember that. That was on my nightstand when I lived in Kansas City.
Yeah. She's cute. Real quick, I got, just because I know you want to know. I got the Gucci looking top, that pink one. I can't remember. If you rattled them off to me, I'd tell you, but I can't remember which other ones I got. I went to Sephora after that. Huxley went to H&M. Do you think the next time you and Reese are together, you could watch Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil? I've not seen it, but yes.
You know something? She loves Kevin Spacey as an actor, not as a human. I'll put that out there. No one's happy with him as a human, but
no, I think he's a talented actor.
Hey, I can still watch Ed Rooney. I told you I can separate it. I'm able to
You
do that.
ruined that for me. I
I did
love
not.
Ed
You could
Rooney.
still like Ed Rooney. You just can't like the guy that played Ed Rooney. You know what I mean? The
Do you
only
want
exception to that rule
do you want a
is
gummy
I can't
bear?
watch that 70s show.
Do you want a gummy bear? They've been in my pocket all day. I love Ed Rooney. Yeah, and the black heart sweater. That was it. The sweater with the black hearts. I got that. I did.
I like Black Hearts.
You're gonna like it. Hey, speaking of
I like
Robert's
Joan Jett in the
question,
Black Hearts. We have a
she-
similar taste in music.
oh, big time. Yeah, big
Yep.
time. Babe, speaking of Robert's question, he said the next time you guys are together, do you have any ideas on that? Because I'm starting to kind of feel needy.
I don't understand the question. Say it again.
How could you not understand that question? Do you know the next time we're going to see each other? Because I'm kind of starting to feel like flirty, like I need you. Like I feel like I was kind of out and about today, and I never leave the house. You know this, and I don't know. Once I started seeing people, I was like, "Where's mine?"
Oh,
I
no, I already answered that question.
feel a
We
little
had, we
needy.
answered it. We answered that question yesterday, didn't
Oh,
we?
you don't ruin this for her, cute Sarah. I loved Ed Rooney. Apparently, he's a petter ass.
So here's the deal. He paid a young kid to
No,
pose for
lazy.
him. He was going to take some photos, but the kid was underage, and I don't know exactly what went down, but I know that he's not. And then he's just he got caught with a boy. That's a bad thing.
I
But
can't know anymore. I don't want to know. I
but
couldn't be more
he's
depressed.
great in that movie, and I
And
can separate the two.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice too. Oh, Lacey, I did get the floral top. Yeah. He was I liked him in Beetlejuice too, babe.
Yes, she's
Charles,
waiting from
remember
Jake for. I thought he was
Charles?
better in Beetlejuice than he was
Charles.
as Ed Rooney. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was fantastic in Beetlejuice, the first one. They
Are you
didn't invite
kidding?
him to the second one.
I
What?
loved him as Ed Rooney.
Yeah, me too. But I thought that Beetlejuice was his best work.
Oh, Ed, you sounded like Dirty Harry just then.
She's great. She was in so many movies in the 80s. That woman was
I
awesome.
love that lady.
See that smile? Yeah, it has nothing to do with the lighting, sunshine. When you smile, that combo of your eyes and your smile lights up the entire world. It's the truth.
Okay,
Got nothing to do with lighting.
babe.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you. I'm starting to feel those New Year's Eve vibes.
Yeah, I'm heading that way. I already told you. Heading that way. Answered it
Yeah,
yesterday.
but were you being serious?
Yes, I'm being
Oh.
serious. I'm gonna come down and see you for Valentine's. I was being deadly serious.
Well, you're gonna stay longer than Valentine's, let's be honest.
No, that's just when I was going to be shooting to get there. That's what I was saying. Love Beetlejuice. I've dressed up as Beetlejuice for several years on Halloween, and it's been the most fun. So, where does an average everyday guy like myself?
Hey Adam, nice effing model.
Nice effing model.
Muffet Lou. I love both. I love Savannah, Georgia, and I love Charleston, but I think I love Savannah more.
I Dig a Pygmy by Charles Hortree on the Debbie.
And by the way, guys, who lives Tommy and I are going to take a little stroll. We're going to drive to New Orleans. I've never been there. It's his favorite city, apparently. Like I don't understand. But I want to go there. I'm a little scared because I like what I like food wise, and I'm not willing to try anything new. A little frightened of
That's
that.
not entirely true. You've tried some new stuff.
No, I don't think so.
No, you did. You did.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, you did. I was very impressed, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You said, that's the first time I've ever tried that in my life. And I said, well, I'll be damned.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And you liked it. I'm telling you, you were there.
Somebody else.
When you get
Rob,
there,
you were there.
and when you get there, you got to say New Orleans instead of New Orleans because the locals look at you like you're from Mars.
Do you think
It's like
I care
people
what
in Nevada.
locals think?
It's just the right thing to do, you asshat. It's like if you go to any part of the country, there's always something. In
Yeah,
Nevada,
like I'm from Omaha, and when
you
people
don't say
people
Nevada. It really drives the people from Nevada crazy. What's that?
Des Moines,
Okay, so you've got one.
Illinois. I don't care though. I don't
No,
judge
but it's just
people.
the right thing to do. And when you get there, you don't,
You know
it's
what?
New Orleans.
I will
No
charm
way.
these people either way. I'm not changing the way I talk unless I
Brock
start talking
Bandy's been
like
there.
LA.
That's how you say it right there. See, Brock
No,
gets it. It's
I'm not doing it.
Nolans. That's all right. I know the locals will handle it.
I just think it's silly.
See, Lumens gets it. It's like pronouncing the S in Illinois. Which, by the way, do you know how many freaking pet peeves you have?
Oh,
You have more than anyone on planet Earth.
that's the worst thing. That's the meanest thing you've ever name a few because I know there's more than one. But
Yeah.
okay, let's be honest here. You want to call that out? You got to own up to it. Don't let your mouth write a check your butt can't cash. Name some now. Count. I'm counting to 5. Do it quick.
You're not fond of irregardless, right? That's one you like to. And there's a bunch of other.
Who is?
A lot of people, but
Okay,
you have pet peeves.
You're generalizing.
Sorry?
You're speaking in generalities.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I just gave you an example.
Then you said you have a bunch. Name them.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to offend everybody that happens to use any of the other ones that you're offended by. You see, I'm not trying to put your pet peeves out.
Okay, fine, words. But here's
them to you. No, I just meant in words because we're discussing New Orleans versus New Orleans. I'm discussing how you, in particular,
you are
have specific
to be in Arizona right now, Krim. Babe, hold on though. Look, I don't doubt that I have pet peeves, but what your words were, you have more pet peeves than anyone I've ever met. That's a little harsh. That's below the belt. Can you keep the gloves up?
I meant when it comes to the things in English language.
Kim is blue. Kim is blue. Red alert.
Yeah. Well, you know something? Okay. Now, you wanted to do this because this is what I'm trying not to do. There's a bunch of them we could go over, right? Do you want me to do them all now?
But it's not just words. Like one of my biggest pet peeves is passive aggression in people, but also when you hold the door for someone and they walk through it. I always say, don't say thank you. I get mad at people who are rude. That's not the pet peeves
I'm talking about. I was because we were talking specifically about the word New Orleans versus New Orleans, right? I was talking specifically. That's lovely.
Somebody asked about it. It's from a store called LELBE Goods in Tucson. It's local. It's a local.
Well, it's local to here.
No, I mean, it was like a local maker though. I like supporting local people.
Yes.
So you're talking about like pet peeves as far as like
nothing burger. You found a nothing
burger? That's
burger?
your pet peeve.
I have no problem.
Weasel. You're a
no
weasel. Oh,
Put
you're
your
a
hands
weasel.
up. Sorry. What were we saying?
And a Diddy song was on. Do it, babe. Do it.
You are.
Let it go, honey. You can do this. Come on, we're with you.
My husband held the door for someone and they said, I have a boyfriend.
Tommy,
I can explain this.
Saying that.
I can explain this. The person that your husband
did the right thing.
Held the door for, right? The has probably been trained through our process of
rigorous training,
relationship Tourette's. This is something that there are a lot of people that sign up for the Tommy and Reese relationships Tourette's course. What did Goosebumps say? Goosebumps, do not help her. Do not help her. Don't get her going, please.
No. It's true though. Like Tommy can't. There are certain rules, babe, that you have to follow. Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know all my rules. I'm fantastic at this. Tell me I'm not. I'm good at it.
But I could if you'd help me.
Well, I'm not. But
babe, I just think it's weird. So you're saying that I have a lot of pet peeves as far as words. I think that's insane. I am not judgmental. You're making
I didn't say you're judgmental. They're totally different things. No, it's not.
Then you better be clear, criminal.
You're the only person that thinks that the word pet peeve means judgmental. I promise you it has nothing to do with that.
No. But saying specifically that I have more pet peeves than anyone you've ever met about people's like lingo, nomenclature, that's not true. I don't care.
I am pointing out, since you said, I don't care, I'm saying it however I want. I pointed it out that you got a bunch of things that you don't like if they're said improperly.
But we both we share that. You, me, and Johnny, we talked about this. You said this in Tucson. The three of us said that we can't stand when people are like, oh
no, that's my biggest. That's my biggest.
Right.
But that's not a particular word. But yes, absolutely. As as a public speaker, if I sit down to
Right.
listen to somebody and by the seventh thing they said they've dropped 3 ums, I usually get up and walk out. I do it nicely. I'll say I gotta go to the bathroom,
And
but I
remember I
can't listen to
panicked?
it.
I was like, do I do that on my channel? I don't think I do.
No,
don't
you don't say I'm ever. No, you're an excellent speaker.
Shelly, do you guys want us to leave?
Do you know how many times we've had that comment left in our chat?
Do you guys, do they know we're still here?
That's the other one that I used to love. Do you think they know
Shelly,
we're still here?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I want you to be more specific about this pet peeve thing. And look, I get it. Everybody has pet peeves, but for you to pin me at the most you've ever seen before, that's
See, now everybody's just trying to get me in trouble. See, you can't because I didn't leave one peanut.
Yes,
M&M.
you did. You lie.
There were about 4 peanut M&Ms in the bag. Now, which admittedly is not very cool, but I didn't leave one. Nobody leaves one. And then what did I do? Kitten? I went and bought bags upon bags and replaced them. I ran down to see my friend. What?
Where are these bags? Did you eat them? Because I never saw them.
Yeah. This is
Babe.
And the subjects of tonight's lifeboat
Babe.
is love on YouTube. You liarhead. You know that those bags were there.
You lying criminal. Babe.
You liarhead.
Babe, hold on though.
I love it when people say that. Do I use a microphone? I do.
Someone said, are we arguing about a peanut?
I did not leave one freaking peanut.
It was 2.
It was 4. Now I admit leaving 4 peanuts is low budget. I absolutely love 4 peanuts. And then I went and bought 2 bags. I also bought on that same day 2 bags of some gummies because I may have eaten the whole bag of those too.
It's unbelievable that I'm the chubby one in this relationship because Tommy eats like a goat.
I eat a lot.
Everything. He comes to my house and cleans out the pantry. I don't eat like that. Every time.
I don't clean it out. I do damage though. I definitely do damage. I usually clean out the cereal. There's certain things that I eat a lot of.
And you know what else you do? You leave the box empty. I went to get one of those fruit bar things that I bought at Costco.
How do you know that wasn't Hux?
It probably was one of you.
Well, I'm sure it was one of us, but I don't ever remember leaving a box. That's really low budget. I'm 54. I don't leave empty boxes. Honestly, I don't think you can put that one on me.
Babe, I still think it's weird that you said more than anybody. I can't let this go. That you said I have more pet peeves than anyone.
Because you were being an asshat about the word New Orleans and peeing off the locals in my favorite city. So I said, you should understand this. You got more pet peeves than anybody, and you lost your feces before I had a chance to even explain myself. It's a turn of phrase, like, why would you do this? There's a bunch of things, right? That's what I said.
And a Jay-Z song was on. Do it, babe. Do it.
In my defense, I do build that metabolism. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I do a lot of really weird things to keep my metabolism going. Do I not? Come on. I have a routine that I am religious about.
He's very active.
I lost a ton of weight because it was threatening my health really bad. And I've changed how I do everything. And you know what? I'm part of my back problems. It didn't occur to me until this morning, actually, but I got to get back down to the weight I was at. My body's just not happy. I'm carrying 10 more pounds than I should. And believe it or not,
I'd like to help you get more active.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about my best half. I eat a quarter of what he eats a day, but I'm the chubby one. The fupa is strong with this one.
Carolina B, same. My fupa isn't going anywhere. It's just not.
Did I make an appointment with the chiropractor? I'm going to go see the chiropractor on the 21st of this month. So yes, I'm going, but
thank you, Bernsey.
Not for a minute. Think of it as saying someone's name wrong. Oh, good story. Let's see if you remember. Do we remember ever saying someone's name wrong and having them get angry at us?
Oh, at your favorite
We
place?
we didn't even get a chance to say her name wrong. Like we said hello, and she
What was
gave
her
us crap.
name? I'm embarrassed. It was Alicia instead of Alicia, and we didn't even say her name. I hadn't
Never
even
got
said her
around to it.
name.
We
And
would have, because Reese says hi to everybody. She's really great about that. By
she was
name
checking us
all
out
the
at
time.
Dollar General, and she was like, "And just so you know, it's Alicia." And I was like, I hope you have a good day."
Well,
I
no,
hadn't even said your name.
what you said was, I hope you're having a good day. And she said, as good a day as you can have when everybody keeps saying your
That's
name wrong.
right. Yes.
And
And
we
I
were
was
like, I said, how do you say your name? And she said it like we were stupid to not know. Alicia? We were like, hey.
I wanted to purchase her something like a
You
Snickers.
said, that's lovely. You were very kind to her. You said,
Well,
I understand. I would want them to say
and
it
I
correctly.
do get it. My real name is Marisa, but everybody said Marissa. So when
Yeah.
I was 2, everybody started calling me Reese. I get it. I get it. There's nothing worse too than I've had people say my name and they're like Marissa, and I'm like, oh, it's actually Marisa, and they're like Marissa. That's really frustrating. That's incredibly frustrating.
You know, it's funny. I went to a really small school, and so my last name was Miller, and I had a girl that was in almost every class I went to, and her name was Menard, right? And the teacher every year in every class would start off and say Minard, and she'd go, yes, and it's Menard. And I listened to that for 6 years. It got to the point where every time a teacher said it wrong, the whole class in unison would go, yes, and it's Menard.
Eee.
The good old days.
That's kind of a bummer of a last name, to be honest.
Yes, yes, it is.
Uh,
Yes.
so if I get married to you, which it sounds like that's a lock because you asked.
I did.
Yeah. Um, am I supposed to be Reese Miller? That's awful.
No, you're not going to be Reese Miller. That was
Although there's a ring to it.
yeah, but not for me. There's not. It's in my past. I am Sharon, and in school they called me Sharon. I answer to it.
Marie
Shannon versus Sharon. That would drive me nuts too.
Justine, that's correct. 2 S's is Marissa. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you would think. In Portuguese, my name is said with the last A pronounced like the first one, but I don't care about that. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. And I'm watching you do the same thing. Quibs is going,
No. I was still thinking about my new last name.
I am already in the process of doing that, Goosebump. I have already initiated the process to do that. And I will be making a big announcement. But
Rebecca, I would have kept that maiden name. Her maiden name is Beavers.
you gotta love that.
That's awesome.
You didn't the Beavers burn wedding.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Tell
so
me you made
much.
t-shirts. Tell me you made t-shirts.
Do you want to know something crazy? I worked at one time for a Scientology dentist, Dr. Seaman. That was his name. He's a big Scientologist in Kansas City. Dr. Seaman, and his wife, Bennett, is also a huge Scientologist. Her last name was Cox, C-O-X. Yeah. I love it. I would have hyphenated that all day long, all day long, all day long. That should have been me. I wish it would have been me, honestly.
I met a guy in prison who he came through. Well, I was in the county jail. I hadn't got to prison yet. The guy comes in, and the cop that was working, you have a card with your name on it. It's laminated anywhere you go that you have to carry it. But the guy said he throws the card up on the table, and I'm like, "What? I got to go somewhere?" He goes, "It's someone else's. Look at it." And I pick it up, and it says, "Hey, how are you?" I'm like, the dude changed his name to Hey, how are you?
What?
Wow. Swear to God. His name was Hey, how are you? And I went up and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or anything like this, right? But I went up to the door because we in lockdown, and I said, can you walk me through the day that was a good idea? I'm not trying to be a jerk off, but walk me through what was going on when you woke up in the morning and went, you were putting some cornflakes in a bowl, putting a little milk on it, right? Getting some OJ. I know. I'm going to change my name to Hey, how are you?
Kind of like getting a face tattoo.
Oh, that's a commitment. That is all in. Yeah, that is all in. I used to work with a guy named Tony Butts. Good. How about I knew a girl briefly named Allison Wonderland.
No way.
Swear to you, I still have her ID.
That's weird.
Her college ID. No, I collect anything that says Alice Wonderland on it. But her name was Allison.
Party for Seaman Cox. Your table is ready. I would have hyphenated that name. I'd give.
I know
anything
you would
for
have.
that.
I know you would have.
Reese Cox Seaman. My grandma's name was Belle Clang. Interesting, Shelley. Interesting.
That is interesting, actually.
Will you live stream the wedding?
You know what? We're grifters, so I would say there's probably a decent chance. I would have to talk to the queen of grift and see what she says, but I would think so.
Babe, I don't know how many times I have to say this.
Yes.
My occupation is digital panhandler.
I'm still working on that. I'm sorry. For the longest time, I just had you down as
offensive. It's offensive. It's PC. Although I was going to get grift life tattooed on me. I wanted to get that on my knuckles.
Yeah. You gotta, I don't know, man. I don't know. See, you wanted to go from grifter to what?
Digital panhandler.
No, it's probably correct. I think I'll have to learn to live with it. You did add more syllables. You're following the George Carlin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shell shock. Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Right.
Yes.
Fatigue syndrome. Right? That was the midway one along the way.
I am a digital panhandler, sir. But no, I do want to get them all about that grift life somewhere on me. I'm going to talk to Casper about it.
I had a friend that was a kitchen technician with a emphasis on flatware maintenance, and he liked to mention that everywhere he went. And it was like the fifth time he said it before I went, "You a dishwasher?" Because that sure sounds a lot better. I'm a kitchen technician with a emphasis on flatware maintenance.
I would Debbie Zito said no, keep it to yourselves. I don't know. I would live stream it. Okay, here's the other thing. I was thinking about this today while I was washing my hair. And by the way, I did shave today. Took a long time.
Wait a second. Oh yeah.
Bush.
Wait a second. Today's Saturday.
Bush. Yeah, no, I had time. Real quick though, while I was shaving, whilst in the shower, I had plenty of time. I did a hair mask today. So I was thinking about this. Bear with me. If you don't want to do it, fine. I might take it, might do it solo. I'm going to be honest. I kind of want to do a meetup somewhere warm, but in the States this time, so that, if someone tried to set us up, we're not like in a jail and
right.
Guantanamo Bay or whatever that is. Yeah.
Right.
What do you think? You're not as social as I am, so I know it's a no already. He's not as social as me.
It has nothing to do with it being social. What it has to do with is telegraphing our location to a bunch of shitheads. Not these people. I love these people. But last time when we did this, we had real threats that started to come down, and that had to be taken seriously. I love the idea of going and meeting our people, but we got to think about how we do it. I'm not tripped out. I'm really not, but we have to realize that, there are some crazies out there, and that's just something that we have to take into account, because it is kind of that thing. You knew someone whose name was Bum Song? Ouch. So my sister was engaged once to marry a dude, and his last name was Lucas, and he had somebody that we always kind of thought was his little brother. His name was Scott, and they hung around together at all times. And he came to an engagement party. It was the first time we met him, and he came walking up, and I went, "You a Lucas?" And he goes, "No, I'm a gay." And I was like, "Well, good for you. Way to be proud of that. What family are you with?" He's like, "It's my last name." Oh, like, all right then. But the way he said it, and this was 1987, I was like, good for you, man.
Okay.
Be that guy. No, I'm a gay. Good.
That works
Very
too.
Good. Yeah, no problem with that. What are you doing here? That's the better question.
I don't know.
I would love to go out and see people. I really would. I think
I like
we can't
our
telegraph
meetup.
it. Yeah, we can't do it 3 months in advance. It's got to be something that we, do a little bit more spontaneously. But I love the idea of doing meetups. And I actually had an idea that I was talking about right before I went live. But I'm very seriously considering the mobile filming unit.
Yes, Jelly Cats.
Thinking about a 40-foot motorhome, and we could
We've talked about that. I would love to do that and bring Huxley and the animals.
I went and looked at one today. They're unbelievable, man. When you park them, they go, the sides come out. and they get wider. You wouldn't believe how big these things are. It was unbelievable.
How do you
Beautiful.
Okay. I know you get excited, but you're all over the place. We went and looked at a farm here too.
Well,
3 weeks ago, you wanted
and
to
one,
be buried in the backyard. What are you doing with your life? You know, you want to plant roots, and then now you want to get a helicopter.
I'm not suggesting, sweetheart, that I intend to live the rest of my life in a mobile home. I intended to take it from city to city and do meetups, say maybe 3 or 4 months worth, that kind of thing.
I'm dying to do that.
Yes.
I would love to do that. Actually,
So
I
you
wonder
just
if
want to, right? It's typical.
No,
At least it's consistent.
I'm saying you're all over the place. You're like, let's go look at this farm, you know, get a couple of goats, maybe an emu. And then the next day you're like,
What in the name of God does
let's
one
look-
thing have to do with another? I didn't say, hey, we won't live in a house. Let's move into a mobile home. What has one thing got to do with another? Seriously, who am I talking to? I feel like, are you listening? Is this thing on? Good Lord,
I miss
Quibble.
you. I miss you. I miss him.
Sure you do.
I
See,
want
the
to roll
reason
around. I
the
want to roll around
tour is,
under the covers.
the tour is actually a really decent idea. And the reason
Yes. We've been
that-
talking about that for a long time.
and I am going to be in New York for probably 2 months. And the idea of having some place to stay while I'm doing that, where I could come back and lay down and go to sleep and film and all of that without having to rent a hotel for 60 days, which would be horrific. So I am looking at one of these, not to move into, not to give up on the idea of a farm. I want a farm with animals. However, it would be very convenient if we could roll into a town and meet everybody, and then roll into the next town and meet everybody. That would
Hey,
be ideal.
we've been talking about this for a long time. It's just the cost is pretty astronomical. But I would love to have an RV where we travel the country and meet everybody. It would be amazing.
It would be amazing. And I'll tell you what, I think you would be really shocked at this is kind of the epicenter of the United States of America for these things. Right? Because everybody comes here in the wintertime and they come in RVs. Like anybody who buys an RV is usually coming here with it in the winter. So this is the place to buy them. And I was kind of blown away at how first of all, how much these things were like houses. Like crazy. Some of them have fireplaces. These things are really out of control.
Could we
The
rent
Mercedes
one?
Sprinter van is a lot
Like,
of money.
could we rent?
That's what I was doing. I actually was looking at them for the purpose of trying to rent one for like 120 days. But when I started to look at what that translates into, we might be better off to, I'm looking at every different option, but I have someone else that has some interest in supplementing this because they very much are going to want me at that sentencing. So they'd like to throw in as well because I can help with some content. So there's some stuff that's getting put together. But
Jellycats, I live in Tennessee. Jellycats has come to Tennessee.
I'm a fan. I go to Tennessee a lot. I'm not sure if you've heard of bug tussle. Yes, a used RV is the way to go, PJ Mac. I found that out. It's unreal, the difference between the brand new ones and the ones that we're looking at today. I mean, if it has less than 20,000 miles on something like that, it's basically brand new because it takes those engines you put 400,000 or 500,000 miles on. But they had some that really don't have any use at all, and they're $170,000 off of what the original sticker price was.
Wow.
Some of these, I saw one today that was $780,000. Like this thing.
Oh my God, that's insane. Jellycats, I don't know what East Tennessee is. I don't know East. I'm in Murfreesboro, which is right outside of Nashville.
I couldn't tell you what is in what part of that state either, but I'm a fan. I do like bug tussle.
Lori Lee said somebody is selling a bus. Would a bus be cool, or would that not be so great? That would be no, because you couldn't sleep in it. We wouldn't be able to bring the animals.
Well, it depends on what kind of bus, right? Because tour buses start out buses, and then they take all the seats out and they put in everything they want to put in. And I've often thought about how much fun it would be to actually take a bus and then like do woodworking on the inside of it and deck it out the way I'd like to. But it would also be a whole lot easier just to get in there, turn the key, and drive that puppy off the lot. That would be a lot of fun. But The repairs and tires absolutely are a ton of money. So what you want to do is get one of these that has little to no miles. And this is a business expense of the kind of business that I do, because going from city to city for us would really do wonders for the channels.
And
And
I
it
would
would
want
be
to
an opportunity to meet.
people.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to bring Spanx and Johnny.
Well, I looked at a bunch of different ones, and a lot of them are set up with bunk beds. And I'm not new to this sort of, as a public speaker, when we would go to California, I worked for a company called Mustang, and we would go to California, they would bring a tour bus into California. So we would fly there, then get on the bus and spend 3 weeks and drive up and down the coast. And that was just a really good time. But they have bunk beds, and then there's a queen bed in the back.
Oh, I'll do it anywhere with you. Galen just said we travel in a Sprinter van with 4 very big dogs.
That Sprinter van is that's the well, I was going to say it's the Mercedes-Benz of those kind of things, but it is the Mercedes-Benz of those kind of things. It's made by Mercedes-Benz, but the Sprinter is that's really a great ride. I would love to have a Sprinter because you could take it anywhere, but I'm thinking more of a land yacht just because of the number of people and animals.
Yeah.
One of those 40-foot pushers where the engine's in the back and you're right in the front. So like a tour bus, it's huge. That's what
Babe, I would love, we've talked about that. I mean, I would love to do that. Plus I want to travel to some different cities, and I just think it would be so much fun to meet up with some of our people.
So wait, let me get this straight. You no longer want a home? You don't want a farm? You want to get rid of everything?
You done? Got that?
By a damn stretch, woman.
You get it out?
I'm never going to be done. I'm never going to be done with you. You're stuck with me.
I love to hear that.
So you better tighten up your game. I can so picture Reese driving a diesel pusher. The diesel ones are a lot more money. I was looking at those today. They wanted a lot more cash with the diesel ones. I know that they last a lot longer, but I do not want to move into this. I just want to. So. But this is the place to buy them. I actually compared the prices here to other places in the country, and you really can get some very, very inexpensive stuff here. And everybody's home here has a place next to it that you can park one of these, because there are so many people that use them. So
he's in Arizona.
I am in Arizona.
I wish there was a way to figure that out. I mean, maybe we will one day. Let's make that a goal. I really would love to do that. Honestly, it just sounds like something I don't want to pass up in my life. There's too many people on these channels that I want to meet. And we've done meetups. We've done lots of meetups. I've done solo meetups, Seattle, DC.
Confusion. What state am I in? I'm sorry. I was trying to look like my other son, not Spanky, but the furry one.
I think it would be I know what it feels like. We did one in Florida. I know what it feels like to do these meetups, and it is
they're amazing.
Changing.
They're amazing. Every one of them has been absolutely amazing. There hasn't been a bad one. I don't dislike those at all. I really don't.
Me too.
I do not dislike those at all. But after about 4 hours of sitting, I'm in trouble. If we can keep it at about that, under 4, but I'm also going to get back down to my cruiser weight. I'm going to get back down to the weight I should be at. It's going to be a lot easier on my frame.
Again, I can help you with the activity and needing to stay active with that.
Yes, I appreciate that. I would much rather do a boat, but the problem is then we can't get to Dallas. And we can't get to some of the stuff that's. I lived on a boat with Johnny. I love boats. I really do.
Not me.
I was bored with my Saturday and had no idea you were live. Thank you, Tommy and Reese. And chat for an unexpected Saturday night. Well, Riley's human. We're so happy.
I love Riley's human.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Muffet Lou, I am all over the idea of testing out one of these things first, renting it. I think that's a great idea. I've spent a decent amount of time on 40 footers. As a public speaker, I used to, we would be on there. It would be me, 2 other speakers, and we would have our road crew. So that was like, we'd have 7 people, 8 people on one of these, and we would do all of California.
Also, so who was it? Joe Mama said, come to San Diego. I have huge plans. Hey, Bill, I have huge plans to go to California. Yeah, we have so many people in California, that I just have to go see.
Thank you, Riley's
Thank
human.
you.
Reese is my personal trainer. Yes,
believe it.
you could call her that.
Yeah, I have specific
Old.
exercises that he has to follow
Or old melanoma head.
a couple times a
Don't
day.
call me that.
A couple times a day.
Yes, several epiphanies, needed or otherwise. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Holly Day says, I'm in San Diego County. San Diego got the best weather. San Diego and Boulder, Colorado. Was that Goosebump 801? What were you laughing at?
Several epiphanies. I heard Ohio is nice.
Ohio's lovely. I could totally live on a boat, a nice one. The one I have, you can't sleep on, doesn't have a cuddy cabin. We had a 36-foot Hunter sailboat. That's what we had, and it was like, it's like one of those diesel pushers that floats. You work in substance abuse? Oh, I love that. I really do. I love that. And I would love to speak. If we get out there, I would love to do that. I really would. Holly Day says it was 67 today. And we could take the mobile home and we could drive it right to the RV and drive it right into New Orleans, set up there, go do our thing, right? Pull up the stakes, head off to the next city. Oh, the fun.
Candy A, that's a great question. I'll get down anywhere with Tommy. I don't have a problem with that at all.
We'd throw everyone else out. Off. And then we'd go down maybe 3-4 exits, then pick them back up maybe a week and a half later. I'm kidding.
I would just cover us with a blanket and get down.
Soundproof it.
To Pound Town. Answer the bone phone. The bone phone's ringing. Kid.
Pound Town. I think I need to rewrite that song.
Yeah.
You know the song? Downtown. Somebody help me. Who sang Downtown?
Yeah.
Someone help me.
Potatoes.
No, her name does start with a P, though. You were close. I'm not kidding. Someone's going to help me with that. You guys are smarter than me. Who sang Downtown? Tournament world where we live in an RV. Great channel to follow. Oh, yeah, there are RV channels that are cool. The other thing, Petula Clark. See, I told you started with a P. Thank you. It was Pat Clark. Petula Clark. When I was there today and I was looking at these things, my first thought was, okay, so we put a camera there, and just wire the whole thing up for sound. And then even when we're just cruising around, we could go live and hang out with it.
What if no, they wouldn't care. Like, what if we got a sponsorship?
Well, part of this is going to be a sponsor. I'm getting some help. That was one of the reasons I was looking, is because there's a sponsor that does want to help the boat get out to New York for the trial. Now you can go ahead and run with that, make your shorts. It was, a woman that, actually the sponsor's a dude, but I'm sorry. There's a rumor going around that I banged half of the lifeboat for cash, that I am a gigolo.
That's how
I'm just a gigolo. Shh, can't prove that.
I started out as a fan, and then all of a sudden,
I want to wrap that bad boy. I want to wrap it so that the whole thing is wrapped and there's a big wreath on one side. You know what I mean? It says,
you are not serious. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. In my life.
We're wrapping it. We're wrapping it. It's going to say Cults and Crims, relatable wreaths, the lifeboat. No, stop it. We're wrapping it. When we roll down the road, people will know.
Okay, that's
Scoville Mobile.
That's the
There'll
crazy.
be a great big pepper on it, and then.
No.
You think we would just drive down the street and something that didn't let the world know that this was us in there? No. Tommy, I have 2 RVs. Rent them out to a Burning Man, pay for themselves. Interesting. Don't buy new. Yes, I would not. Bill, great tip, though. See that? He rents them out just for Burning Man.
Yeah, Rain, I could see putting Gertie on there with a beret. Absolutely.
Not bad. See, I like where this is going. We could not put our faces, but have all of the animals, but it would need to definitely say Cults and Crims.
Yeah, look at Kristen Melinda. She's right.
Totally different, you people. Think about this. Totally different. If I say 3 months from today, I'm going to be on a cruise on my way. We gave him 6 months. I said, I just want to keep the schedules a little tighter and not give people 90 to 120 days to figure out where we are. The beautiful thing about this thing is you can roll into town, go live and say, by the way, guess where we're at? I'm not worried about the people that are out there hating me, driving the highways in search of the, it's not too
I
concerning.
have some serious ideas too about traveling. Remember when we drove from Tucson to Vegas and I was looking at all the creepy houses that were like boarded up, but people live there?
You sure that was
I
me?
I want to do a show where we go knock on people's doors that live out in the middle of nowhere, see if they'll give us a tour, ask them questions, how they got here, why they're in this town, and where they sleep.
Yes, I understood when you said that. I thought that was a good idea. Diane, her beautiful ring is in my bedroom, and I'm not mailing it. I'm bringing it. I should be there in a couple of weeks, and I will put it back on her finger.
What was the other idea? I still like the idea of traveling to different cities to talk about Scientology and ask questions. Like, I still want to do that. There's so many things I would like to do out in public and just like talk to the public.
Yes, you've told me some of the things that you want to do out in public.
What is that supposed to mean? I'm not a voyeur. I don't do that. What are you talking
Comment.
about?
Nothing. Comment. They'd come to their door. They'd come to their doors with pew-pews. Oh, yeah. Do a houseboat. Once again, a lot of fun. A little tougher to get to Dallas, Ohio, Arizona. It would be good to do the outsides. I do like houseboats. They're fun. Excuse me, sir. Does that say Cults and Crims on your RV? Yes. Yes, it does. You get it.
It is a cool idea. And you know what? I'm not going to shut it down. This is my new way of thinking. Like, I don't want to have this idea like that'll never happen. It will happen. Let's just put it out there. It's going to happen. I would love to travel around with our children and Johnny, Spanx. I would like it if Casper came with his wife. I think it would be so much fun. I say that. I actually am backpedaling now. Like, would it be like, is it going to be weird that many people? Like, what happens when I have wait. What happens when I have to poop?
You can't put that many people in it. And what you're talking about now is you've literally pulled 14 people into this thing. That can't happen. But a small group can. And it's just like road trips, except you can use the toilet in there, right? Or you could go, I'm not doing that in front of anyone. And we could stop at a rest area and you can go in and use the restroom. It's what you do when we road trip.
I don't like to poop though, and in scary bathrooms where I'm going to get
trafficked.
trafficked.
Do it every time we go on a road trip, kid.
I don't want
to. You hold it the whole time? Well, then you're just going to have to learn to poop in front of people and not be such a,
What happens?
You go to the bathroom in front of me. What's the problem?
What if I got abducted? I get scared of
When do I ever not stand outside the door and wait for you?
What if there's a secret door on the inside and they take me through it?
Then I will mail them a check to wherever they. I don't think anyone's going to be.
You're right. I'm almost 200 pounds. Nobody's going to steal me.
Who in the RV? Thank you, Dan. That seemed a little.
You could go in and poop with me.
Yes. And I've been looking forward to that. I can't believe I haven't brought it up in the past. Comment. You have to poop. It's not healthy not to. Right? There you go. Yep.
I have a shy colon. I just don't know that I could poop in a van driving. I don't think I could.
God, Jonas says you're going to have to relax the sphincter.
In Carnosol.
It's yes, through the tunnel to Starbucks. There you go. In San Francisco, there was a bathroom that on top of a scenic overlook, and when you go inside, you can see all around you, but they can't see you. Imagine that. You know what? I know what you're talking about. They have a thing where when you sit on the toilet, you can, like, your head is above it, and you can.
Although I've pooped around Johnny, I don't think I would mind pooping around Spanx. I think it just depends. I think it depends on.
This has taken a turn. It always does. This time is not nearly as bad as we've seen it in the past.
Pooping's a big deal for me. I'm weird about it. You know this.
No.
Oh, stop it.
Seriously, you're telling me you're weird about poop? This is something that I should not have figured out before this?
I have an underdeveloped beehole.
She didn't use the restroom for the first 4 months we were together. She just didn't bother. It was an issue. No, but there was a time where she would say things like, okay, you need to go to the car and maybe go shopping and get something. Did that take place? Did we do that for a minute?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
all
It was
right
like,
then.
I have to poop. You have to leave. You have to get out of here.
Yes. And I mean, by out of here, that means like in my car, a couple of blocks down, right? Enter a store, spend at
Jelly
least 3 or
cats,
4 minutes shopping.
Tommy, 100%. Tommy gets the win, something fierce.
No, there's no truth to this. On 1 or 2 occasions,
Oh,
I have
geez.
eaten a little bit more hummus
I've heard
than
it 100 times.
a little more hummus than I should have.
It's ridiculous.
And from time to time,
Nearly killed me.
yes. It's not entirely true. It didn't almost kill you. It wasn't. It was just sort of. It was noisy. It wasn't necessarily foul. It was just noisy. And by way of full disclosure, there were a couple of
78 seconds
expulsions.
long. 78 seconds long. I timed it. It was the longest thing I'd ever heard in my life. Do you remember that scene when Buddy the elf burps? It was the same with him, but it came out the lower half.
You want to hear I'm going to make you guys laugh. I hope you're ready for this laugh because this is funny. Do you know what she said to me when I was done? Do you remember what you said?
Which time? After the 78 seconds?
Yes.
No, I don't remember. I think I was in shock.
You said, good God, that was a storybook fart. And I said,
oh, yeah.
What? And I said to you, what the hell does that mean? Like it's from a story? She said, no, you could read an entire storybook while you were doing it.
Right. And then I felt really dumb because that's how my mind thinks. I think in concepts. That's right. You were like, what does that mean? And I said, I could have read an entire storybook, like a Disney storybook.
I could have read a kid's storybook while you were doing this. If you knew how hard I laughed.
It was so long.
It was a bit of a.
How do you store that? No, kid. How do you store that in there?
I don't know. It really was.
Look at it.
Oh, there's my girl.
Kid.
Hey, kid.
Kid.
She is such a good animal. Look at that look on her face. That's Kid at all times. She's just like, yeah.
Look at this tummy.
Nothing bothers Kid. I was bragging about her yesterday. I was.
Nothing bothers her. She's the most chill cat.
Nothing bothers her. To go on a road trip, I don't know if you guys have done much road tripping with cats, but it takes a couple of hours before they can get acclimated. And during that time, their mouth will hang open when they breathe. It's disturbing as an owner to watch, and they're okay, but it's just not fun. And she got in the car with me in the cage, and I put gas in. She meowed once, and I said, we're gonna be all right. I opened the cage door, and she got in my lap, put her paws up on the window. I drove by Quibs, and she was there looking at her like, oh. And did not give a shite for the next 12 hours.
I thought about this. I wonder if she would be cool in the car, like just with us. Like,
oh yeah, she wouldn't care.
Yeah,
I promise you, she would not care.
Take road trips. Kid would be totally fine. But
Kid would not have a problem.
You've seen like those reels of people who go out with their cats and they're like trained and they go in the car. Kid would be that cat. She's so cool about it.
Well, with a 40-foot one, you could do that. You absolutely could do that.
Yeah, Sweet Liberty, like Tom Hanks peeing in A League of Their Own, exactly like that. A minute, 18 seconds. I couldn't believe how much was stored in there.
It was
a storybook. I could have read a whole storybook.
Yeah, it was. And I said to her, it's funny because I spend a lot of time thinking about like watches and mechanisms of keeping time. But, like the hourglass, the storybook.
I'm still embarrassed about that, but that's what I mean. I'm not dumb, but that's my backwards thinking coming out of Scientology. I don't know how to put stuff. I don't know how to verbalize things. I think in concepts.
You know what? I don't have a problem with it. You probably found the right guy. If you know what I mean, it doesn't frustrate me. Sometimes it makes me laugh because that particular concept was pretty funny. The storybook fart is never not going to be funny to me. I don't care who you are. That is just funny, is it not? I mean, that is just funny. We should all seek the level of Zen Kid the cat has achieved.
So true.
Damn straight. I mean, if anybody has said anything today that made any sense, that was it.
Renee B. Yeah, yes. I like this. Hopefully you'll do more Scientology content. Of course I will. I'll always do Scientology content. Renee B, what would you like to hear? What kind of Scientology content? Because there's all kinds, right? Like there's all kinds of things I could talk about. I can talk about my own personal experiences. I can talk about it as a whole. Somebody asked me the other day, was it Goosebump? Did you text me Goosebump? Because you had a great idea. Goosebump said something like, did you say take us through like an auditing session? Maybe take us through like how, like start to finish on that. Maybe if I have that right, Goosebump, and you're in here, so you could tell me. But you guys tell me what you would like to know. Yeah, that was about Scientology, and I'd love to speak on it. And is tomorrow Sunday? I wonder if we should do a hey Mindy, congratulations.
How
I
cool is
wonder if we
that?
should when should we do a recorded call? Because I've got a juicy one. Wonder if
Do
I should do it
you?
tomorrow or Monday. Yeah, I've got a lot of recorded calls.
Yeah, we can do one tomorrow. Let's see this.
Oh, what it feels like on the e-meter, Goosebump. That was it. What it feels like on the e-meter. Yes. Yeah, I think that's great.
Mindy, is this is the first, did she say? I wonder if that
I don't know that
is
she
this
did
the
say.
first time of being a grandparent? Congratulations. That is the coolest thing in the world.
That is
It
really
really
cool.
is.
I look forward to that.
Grandbabies are the best. So, and I can't back that up yet, as I have none, but I do believe Lori Lee on this. Get your poop in a group. Get your poop in a group. Get your crap together. Yeah, it's poop in a group. We got this. We got it.
That's exciting, Mindy. It is her first.
Oh, very cool. Very, very cool. We could do Scientology content by rolling that RV directly into places like LA, or because we can go and rock out the Celebrity Center, right, with the big Scoville wagon, little horn. We're here.
I would hope that we would. No joke.
Yeah.
I would hope that we would.
Absolutely.
Take advantage of that.
SPs in tow. We're here to hang out. What's happening? Come on outside. Let's discuss your religion, your experience auditing, and what you've seen others experience. Sounds good.
Debbie Zeta. Oh, hold on. Two things. Hold on. When you did the interrogation or audit that you read from the book was very impactful. It was a while back. I could do that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, right. Are you going to include calls with the one that could blow the ocean out? Noah, that was so funny. Remember when he said that about Jeff? He said his voice could blow. I was trying to play one of those calls, and Jeff was in the background.
Oh, I wasn't here. I wasn't in here that
and
day.
Noah said that dude's voice could blow the ocean out of a conch shell.
Yes, I wasn't here that day, but I heard it afterwards. Yeah, that's funny as hell.
Oh, so funny.
But yeah, he's on some stuff.
Jellycats, you're interested in the jesters? Don't worry, we're gonna have plenty of both. I really have thought about it, guys. Maybe I should write a book. Was there anything good in there at all? Just curious. Why do you think people like Tom Cruise and John Travolta, etc., don't see through this? They totally see through it. I don't think Tom Cruise sees through it. I think John Travolta sees through it. I think he's been pretty shamed. I think that they have too much on them. They can't leave. There's too much.
Isn't Tom Cruise the cat in Eyes Wide Shut?
Yes.
Okay. And he was allegedly like estranged from the church when he was filming this. I think Tom Cruise is aware of. I think that filming that movie had to be. I mean, that's a very strange thing, don't you think?
I don't.
Oh, I do. Oh, I do.
Nope, I don't at all. I think Tom Cruise is really, really a big believer.
I think I think all of them get to a point where it's like, you can't leave. Right? You see what happens. But maybe you're right.
Like my dad. My dad's been in it since the 60s. No way he thinks it's a bunch of hogwash. No,
I think your dad is a believer. But I think that there are plenty of them that when they hit the OT levels go, oh, shit. But there's no way to turn around at that.
I know a lot of OT8s, and I don't think that's the case. I really don't. And someone said, is there anything good in it? Yeah. I got a lot of good things out of Scientology. There's a lot of things I'm grateful for that I learned in Scientology. Absolutely. I don't know that everybody would admit to that, but absolutely. There's a lot of things I miss. Not necessarily the practice, but like my friends, my family, I miss them. Absolutely.
I've never been a Scientologist. I do know 2 OT8s personally, one man and one woman. The woman absolutely drinks the Kool-Aid 100%. She's a second gen and believes every bit of it. But I know that when my boy Emmett went through there, that he's what, $1 million in, $750,000 in, when all of a sudden they drop on him, oh, wait, there's this whole backstory that he's not capable of believing. I don't think he's the only one. But everything he does in business, he does with all of these people who are Scientologists. They're scamming everybody, but they're all in on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I have no
there's
doubt.
no
I just
going
don't know
back.
I don't know the percentage is what I'm saying. I have
Yeah.
no doubt that there are OT8s that are like, okay, this is
And-
horse shit.
But yeah, that's
But
every
I don't know
religion.
the percent. I would say it's a small percentage of all the OT8s. It's probably like 5 to 10%.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what to guess. I think all of the point I'm trying to make is that if there's that moment of doubt, it's not like a moment of doubt in Buddhism and you walk away, right? Or you go, yeah, this isn't for me, and you leave. If you're 750K in, you got a pretty good idea what they're going to do to you if you try walking away. And I think that people find themselves having to make that decision, and you almost can't blame people that go, I don't think I can run from this. You know, I'm in.
John Travolta, I feel sorry for because I really do believe he's probably gay. And I think
there's
that's
a lot to
horrible.
back that up.
I think that's horrible that any religion would not allow you to be gay. Like I think it would be horrible to be gay and have to remain like you're not in a closet. Like what's wrong with it? I think it's so shameful that people can't be themselves and love who they want to love. That's insane. OT8 Kim is operating Thetan. It's the highest level in Scientology you can get to. The Thetan is the being, and it's supposed to be like a really powerful level that you get to where you can do stuff like with your mind and make things happen and stuff like that. And it's expensive and it takes a long time to get to it.
Yeah, it's your the amount of dedication and time and money, right, that they put in to get there. Have you seen the AI generated video of John Travolta dissing the cult of Scientology? I have, and I may have seen one of, yeah, it's crazy. There's a bunch of. There's also one that just came out of Trump that's an AI, and it's actually pretty damn good. They're getting a lot better at it, which is
That
kind of
makes me
scary.
very nervous. Yeah, that makes me very nervous because think how quickly someone could make a video of you saying something and it's
Yeah.
not you and you lose your entire.
Yeah. The good thing is this: most of the stuff, like the person would have to be a legit kind of hacker person. If you buy any of the programs, you have to. Let's say you want to take Tom Cruise's voice and put it into the machine, and then have it be Tom Cruise and say whatever you want. It's going to say, okay, match the voice on the recording. You understand what I'm saying? So you have entered in all of these videos of Tom Cruise. They go, great. Now talk for 10 minutes. And they give you a script you have to read. And if your voice doesn't match his voice, they shut it down. This is something I've been playing with recently because of some of the stuff we're doing. They're trying to put things in place to ensure that it's at least more difficult to do. But you're right. It's worthy of being
Scary. So it's
being
scary though.
freaked out about.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. We're fond of the people that from the other side of the pond. Quibbs and I are making some talk about putting that on the bucket list too. I would really, really love to visit Britain with you, Ken. I think that would be a pretty good time.
I think we should. I think we should absolutely make that a goal. I'd like to go to the UK. There's a ton of people over on my channel that I would love to go see in the UK. I intend to do it. Let's put it that way.
I think it would be an awful lot of fun. I do. I think that would be an awful lot of fun. I hate the idea of artificial intelligence. There's an episode about it on Black Mirror. I don't know what Black Mirror is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Have you blink twice if you are not an AI bot? Okay, you caught us. You caught us. Katz McPhee, also from Great Britain. I really, really would like to get over there. What if you don't have money like that?
Yeah, all Scientologists rich. A lot of them are very, very wealthy. Most Scientologists, it's a well-known fact in Scientology that you just put everything on a credit card. Scientologists are more in credit card debt than anybody. Thank you, Bailey. Than anybody I know of. They rack up the credit card debt It's insane. It's insane. I know of a couple that are. One of them is millions of dollars in credit card debt in Kansas City. He'll never climb out of that. Thank you, Kelly.
I really like her in red as well. Look at that. Bailey agrees. I'm very fond of that sweater in particular. Or you go into the Sea Org and you work it off, right? That's another one of the options. We should put Wisconsin on the bucket list. I have been to Wisconsin. I spoke in Madison every year for probably a decade, and I had a lot of fun going to Wisconsin.
Hi, Chica Cherry Cola. It's good to see you, girl.
It was really good food. Can I put up a link to Casper's show? Yeah. Can you guys put up a link to the morning show?
I would like to go to Wisconsin. I've never been there.
You'd love it. Yep, you would love it. I liked it. It's like a Twilight Zone or Tales from the Dark Side. I had not heard of that. Yeah, put up a link, please, to all of the channels if you could, including our new one with Casper and I called After the Bars. You love Madison, lived there for 4.5 years. Sorry?
I couldn't even go watch you this morning. I had no idea where you were.
I wish I had known. I sent you a link.
Thank you, Bailey. That's really nice. Thank you.
Most of the episodes are kind of glimpses into the future. Yeah, that would scare me. That honestly, that kind of scares me in general. No, we don't know what the court date is yet on Q, but we're probably going to find out next week, I think. But he's ready. What did I speak about when I was a public speaker? I did 2 very specific types of public speaking, or 3, I guess. One is called business opportunity. Like you've seen ads where they say, make money in real estate, come to the Hilton. We're going to tell you how to buy properties with no money down, that kind of thing. Well, there's a public speaker that's going to tell you about it. They get paid a commission on what people buy. The package is usually $499, right? You sell it and you get a commission based on how many people buy that. You get a percentage. That's one kind of, and that's what most of what I did was, and it's real estate on Monday. It might be the internet on Tuesday, but it's always how to make money doing something. I also did a lot of boot camps, trainings where you went and trained people on sales or whatever, and then motivational stuff where I would get hired to go to a company that wants their sales force to be motivated or wants the upper brass to be motivated or whatever, and I would go in and do motivational speaking. Those were the 3 things I did.
By the way, thank you, Chica Cherry Cola. Bailey, that is really nice. She said, you're so lucky to have that guy. So brilliant in Lives with Sean. And Bailey said, Reese, do you have a channel? Thank you, Bailey. I do have a channel. Yes. And Kristen Melinda posted it, but she probably will do it again, I'm sure. I would be honored if you'd come over, Bailey, and
yeah, it'd be great. Definitely put that up there.
Thank you,
Death
Kristen.
of a Salesman. Yeah. Did you get the Willie Loman vibe with what I was talking about? Was there that Willie Loman vibe? That story used to always tear me up. Death of a Salesman's a rugged story. Not Mr. Miller's best work, or maybe it is. Maybe that's why it's so hard to. Watch or to read, I should say. Reese, your live with Sean was so good.
Thank you, Kat McPhee. I really like the people over on Sean's channel. I've got quite a few people now that come over from Atwood, and I really like them. I really do. I think Tommy and I are going to do a couple more. I mean, I hope of the Jester shows over there.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing more. First one will be this Thursday coming up. We're doing another one. Could be a little bit different, but it'll have the same feel for sure. But we're a little bit more exciting. A little bit more excited, I think, for this.
And guys, for those of you that don't know, Kristen Melinda just put up the link for Tommy and I have a channel together as well. We went on last night. We're gonna probably do that every Friday. Every Friday.
Every Friday.
But yeah, it's called Cults and Crims. I wasn't on with Sean. No, that was kind of misworded there.
I think what they meant is on the Atwood program.
The Atwood channel, yeah.
Yeah. I was doing the interviewing, but you probably will be seeing her on with Sean. But
does a great job interviewing. He really does. He is good at interviewing. We've done that over a year ago before, where you interviewed me on this channel, but I'm always, obviously, probably because I'm sleeping with you, but I'm the most relaxed
Yeah.
getting
That
interviewed.
that helps. It helps if you're boffing the host. And I don't know that I'm a great interviewer. I really like interviewing you. I kind of,
Do
I
you?
don't know. Yeah,
I
it
got
helps.
something for you to interview.
I have insight. If I know the person well enough that I can bring stuff out in them, it's a lot more fun. But I can't always do that with people. I can always do that if I love the person or if I know the person that well. You know that
Oh, you
that
know me
really.
real well. And again,
I
I got somebody for you to interview.
do. Speaking of the microphone, I didn't know Tommy's son had a new channel. Now I've got to keep up with the boat, Reese Casper, and Captain Calhoun. Yeah, it's gonna get busy, peeps. It's gonna get busy, but you won't regret it. Here's the deal. Did that for Reese's benefit. There's a lot of negativity out there. There really is. The opening question of this was, how do you survive loving somebody and doing this for a living? Because we get emails from people that will just email us a lie about the other one, right? Because they would like to see what they can do to rattle our cage.
Especially Tommy, though, because here's the thing, guys. I have my channel has about 20,000 people, so mine's a little smaller than his, but both of us are mainly women.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's good and bad. I love it. I prefer, I feel safe and I love talking with women. But there's so many of them that reach out to Tommy who want to answer the bone phone with him. And why would they not? You can't blame them. But they will reach out and say horrible things like, you really shouldn't be with Reese. She's awful. And here's a picture of me naked in case you like this better.
It's not exactly how it goes down, love, but
It's happened though. Like you've had
I have
women
actually
really come on
had
to you.
I've had one or two of those, but
Yeah.
it's been 4 years,
Yeah, but it's weird. Like he gets a lot of, I think it's so, guys, I just have to say that I was thinking about it the other day. Why I love women, but God, I hate women who do that to men who are in relationships. I think it is so classless to hit on men and do that.
Well,
But they do.
but we're not real people. You're not a real person. I'm not a real person. This is why this is difficult, because it's like the people that trash you or the people that are beating on you. If you were in a room standing next to this person, they'd ask for a selfie.
I know.
They would. But when you get at a distance, they start doing this stuff, and they would never do this to a human being in real life. But to us, they don't look like real life.
Do you know how many people have said that on my channel, and I love it? I don't think I'm a lesbian, but I find myself more weirdly attracted to Reese. I get so many women that say that to me, and I love that. Honestly, like I think women are absolutely gorgeous, and I don't think there's anything wrong with saying I find you very attractive or any of that. That's totally fine. I like it, honestly. Thank you. Um, Bailey, yeah, it's just I've been married a few times. I've been around doing this before and I've been cheated on, but I think it's so rude when women do that. It's like he's taken, he is. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, well, it's there are, again, I don't think people believe that we're
Good
real.
point. Sandy Sue makes a good point. Women who do that don't have respect for themselves. That's probably true. And they probably have somewhat low self-esteem.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, well, I think that there's probably something to that. Noah, we understand. There's been a lot of people over the time that also have a problem with the concept that crim or criminals or whatever. Some people don't like that we referred to me as a criminal. Not for nothing, people. I was a criminal, and the reason that most people come across us. I talk about true crime, and I talk about it differently than other people because I'm usually bringing the perspective of the criminal, and I'm not a criminal these days, right? But if you had sort of, as the evolution of this went through, in the very early days, I had been described as, the guy wasn't a bad dude, but he's a crim, right? Yeah. And it's like junkie. I know that there are people that when they hear that term, it goes like this. That's what I was. I don't have a struggle with that. I did junk. I stole for it, right? I was a criminal and I was a junkie. Cults and crims. Yeah, it's kind of like a pet name at this point, right? I am Reese's Crim. I'm her pet crim.
I love it. I mean, to me,
kinda
it's
goes.
very endearing. But when we first got together, I said that all the time. I was like, ladies, don't get a doctor, don't get a lawyer, don't find anything like that. Get yourself a crim because honestly, they're multi-talented sexually. They know what they're doing. I don't know why that is, but it's weird. Everybody that did time knows what they're doing there. And then also, if you need to like steal a car, if you need to get into your house and you forgot your keys, they know how to fight. They're very multi-talented.
Yeah, we're handy. It's no, but so that's just one of the many challenges of YouTube, right? It really is. There's also just having to you have to evolve to a place where you can say I'm not exaggerating, and my fiance will tell you this. When I leave YouTube, I leave YouTube. It's a bummer because I used to be very, very active in it, and I can't be anymore at the way that I used to. It just
I will
doesn't.
say, I got to say this, and I don't know if we're wrapping this up. We probably should, but circling back to the title of this. Now that we're pretty solid, like we've hit a lot of bumps, we've smoothed it out. I feel like we know what to expect more, but it is hard being YouTubers and being in a relationship.
It's
It is
absolutely a
It is hard,
challenge.
but then I think about this, babe. Answer this for me. I think it would be harder. I think it's easier that we're both YouTubers. I think it would be harder for one of us to not be and have our channel. Like, I think I could see one of us being like not understanding how it works and getting jealous or getting upset. Like, we both understand and what comes with the territory, right? Like, I
Yeah,
can't tell you guys how many people reach out and try to destroy us, either our relationships between the two of us, or like we've had people try to go behind our backs and be like, Reese told me this and I think you should know. It's like, we're solid. You're not going to, I mean, Tommy and I really are solid there. We know everything there is to know, and we go to bed together every night on camera, on screen. We sit here and talk to each other and lay in bed and we fall asleep on camera with each other.
we
I
do
mean,
every night. It's
there's
nice.
it is nice, but
Um,
it's hard. It's hard having a relationship and balancing that with YouTube.
Keeping in mind that we have two completely different tribes, right? And again, here they come together and everything is beautiful, right? But there is most assuredly a anti-Scientology tribe, and there is definitely most assuredly a I'm into criminals, or I'm into true crime, or I'm into any of that
Mhm.
kind of tribe. And the tribes don't always appreciate the other person in your life, and they feel like after a couple of years, they feel that they have ownership of you. You've been going live every day for 4 years. What do you mean you're going to bring a person in and they're going to be a part of your life? It's a very difficult thing, I think, for a lot of people to
It's weird.
respect the boundaries, right?
That's another thing. Yeah.
Especially because, again, most people do not even speak on their YouTube channel, right? So what we do is not only do we speak on our YouTube channel, we talk about sex, we talk about things that other people don't talk
Real
about.
life.
We have had epic problems live, and we've
Jordan,
gotten through it. Go ahead.
thank you, Jordan. And thank you, Justine. We have gotten through it. But I think that that's another thing that you bring up is we have friends that we met on YouTube before you and I met even. And sometimes people get weird about that too. I feel like some people get like weirdly territorial. That happens outside of YouTube. Like, I don't know about her. I don't know about him. Like, people
Right?
have, like that kind of a thing. That's an issue too, because that's a boundary issue. It's like, well, I don't
Sure.
want to lose the friendship, but at the same time, this is not up to you, and you don't get a say. So that's weird too.
It's very strange, and yeah, again, I had an email from somebody probably a month ago, and they ticked off the 14 reasons that you were a person that I shouldn't marry. And I remember emailing the person back and saying, what on God's green earth makes you think that you have a right to advise me on this? Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm nice to everybody. I really am. And I love it when people go, hey, I've seen you on YouTube. I love going up and saying, I never see, I'm bothered by that. I'm not that
I'm
dude.
not even sure
But
you told
that
me about
blew
that.
my mind. Yeah, I did. Told you about it the day it happened.
Is
That
it
blew
somebody
my
I
mind.
know?
No. I mean,
Huh.
they're just, look, what they are is an ass, right? But these kind of horrific over pushes into boundaries is something that, because of the kind of content that we do, we're susceptible to that because we open up so much. I mean, I'm viciously honest about my life. Reese is even more honest about her life, right? She will talk to you about things that, man, I'm not talking to people about. They don't have it coming. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, don't come over to my channel. I mean, I really, really open up on my channel. Not for shock factor, but like I really do get into the thick of stuff in my life and go through it and talk about it, therapy, all that stuff. Thank you, Bailey. And Kristen, Melinda, it is mean. It is mean, but the thing is, people are doing that with that intention behind it, right? That
Absolutely.
person who sent an email about 14 reasons why Tommy shouldn't marry me, they knew exactly what they were doing, and that was
No.
their intention.
And
That was
what's funny is I wrote them, and you'll remember this now because I wrote back, and one of the things I said to the person was, because they said I've been a fan of the lifeboat for a really long time. I said, of course you haven't. I talk every day about moving closer to love. What about what you just did is moving the ball closer to love? You can't listen to anything I say and then come back and I hope you're listening. Because I said to the person, and they said, well, I just want you to know I'm going to reach out again. I said, oh, no, you won't. Right? I promise you will never reach out again because I'm going to block you on every single platform that I got.
I always say this. It's like people who go to a restaurant, hate it, and spend an hour writing a 14-paragraph review on it. If you're never going to go back, like, why waste your time? You just didn't like it. Just move on. Like, why do people feel like they need to take the time to reach out to us privately and tell us why they don't like us, our spouse, our choices in life, our channels?
You got that too.
Move
I mean, there
on.
were a lot
I
of
get it
people
all the
that wanted
time.
to warn
I
you about the
literally get
convict.
emails from people about how I need to start drawing in my eyebrows because they're too light. And no joke, because I'm
Or how about your boyfriend? Your boyfriend's, he's a convict and a piece of crap. You really need to be careful. Can you imagine saying that to somebody?
Well, that seems a little more realistic than, hey, I'm going to spend time typing up an email about here's an eyebrow pencil you need because you're too blonde.
Yeah, no, that's really something.
Yeah. People are weird. People are really weird. And that's okay. We just have to sort through, the good ones and the people who are wasting their time. They have too much time on their hands.
And that's really what I kind of wanted to end this with, because I think that this is probably a big deal, and I think that it's worth mentioning. Because if you talk about surviving love on YouTube, one of the things that I think is really important is that we get an incredible amount of love from this audience.
Way more.
It sounds,
way more.
If it
way
sounds
more.
like, I mean, it's 98% positive. It really is. It's 98% positive. And even when drama flares up, you lose 1% of your audience, right? Unless you've done something heinous. People take a shot at you, about 1% of your audience walks away because they weren't you guys. For real. And they're not, the fact that you guys say, oh, this is so fantastic. I love watching your love. You're moving in that direction. You feel me? Literally, you guys are moving in that direction. When people are focused on what is good, when people are grateful, when there's gratitude in your life and you're moving toward love, seeing people who enjoy one another is awesome. It is fun. You understand that for people moving closer to hate, watching this literally brings them pain. It makes them angry. It makes them uncomfortable. That's sad, right?
Very
That's sad. But that's kind
also
of
a choice.
It is. It is. I was that person for a long time. I was that person for a really long time. But I love the fact that we've let you guys in on this. I really do. I don't regret that. And that may be a shocker to the people that know me well, but I do not regret at all having you be a part of this. I don't regret the fact that you guys were there when we fell in love. I think that that's really cool. You guys were there when I asked her to marry me. I think that that's special. I really do. There are people out there that are going to mock us for that and call us grifters. But I don't have friends outside of this. Reese is my friend, right? I talk to my son. I talk to my brother. I have people but I don't do the social thing. I don't go out. I don't do any of that stuff. You understand? So this is my extended family of friends and family. It really is. And the people on this channel mean the world to me.
Your
All of
circle,
the channels.
your circle is pretty small.
My circle is small, and I've made it smaller. That's the reality of life. I have to continually make it smaller, and that's one of the realities of YouTube. Also, you have to have a very tight tribe, and then you have a different tribe, and you're all in that tribe. You really are. All of you. And the beautiful thing is, like when I said in the beginning, put a deuce up if you've been around. Man, you see all the deuces? You guys, the majority of you have been doing this with us forever, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is cool. And it is true. Like we talk about it sometimes, but guys, the hate is so tiny compared to the love. It really is. It's just sometimes you can get stuck looking at that more. But I'm of the new mindset. Just you cannot control another person's emotions, reactions, how they're going to treat you. You can't control any of that. So you just let them do it. Truly, you just allow it, because you can't. It takes so much energy and effort trying to fight that otherwise.
I honestly knew early on. Do you know how many people have said this to us? Apparently, we were the last to find out.
Oh, I was.
Think you knew ahead of time? Did you?
I was pretty attracted to you, babe. I wanted to test it out. I wanted to get a hold of you.
Well, after Florida, it was a wrap.
And for those of you that didn't see Tommy propose to me a few weeks ago on my channel on New Year's Eve, it's pretty special.
It's pretty damn cool. I did a good job.
He did an amazing job.
I did all right. I've had a lot of people.
Planet Jane.
I've had a lot of people reach out and.
That is a huge compliment.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
Really?
Yep, I can totally see that.
Oh, I don't know. I can't do her voice. I love Jennifer Coolidge. We both love soup.
I woke up. I was so glad.
That wasn't her though.
Who says that?
That was at the beginning at a golf tournament, right at the beginning, when that guy goes, couldn't have boarded up a better day. And she goes, I know, I woke up this morning. I was so glad.
Oh, I thought that was her. I heard it yesterday. Johnny was watching it, but I wasn't watching. Have you heard that song, Two Drifters? Whenever they say grifter, I hear two grifters. Nice. You know what? Intelligence is attractive. It's definitely one of the things that
there you go.
That drew me into you.
What is?
Intelligence.
Kristen Melinda just put the link, Bailey. Drop the link so we can see it. That was of him proposing to me.
There it is. Cute. Kristen Melinda's a beast. Thank you, Kristen.
So guys, thank you for having me on tonight. The boat is always so warm. It's really sweet. I love you guys.
And this was a fun subject to talk about.
It was. We should continue it. I
would like to do a series. Yeah, I'd like to keep doing a series where we talk about this, like setting boundaries with YouTube, like all of the different things living within YouTube, because it is fascinating. And there's a lot of people who are listening to us that have channels. And as they get bigger, you will get a bunch of new challenges.
Absolutely. It's a good, I think it's a good reminder. And it's one of my favorite subjects.
I didn't know that, Justine. Jennifer Coolidge is from the same part of the world we're from. I did not know that.
I didn't either. I love Jennifer Coolidge.
Brain virus. I was in the car with Joe and I yelled, "Shut up, it's happening."
Aww.
I love that. That's so cool. Well, that's so cool.
Thank you, guys.
And I'll tell you what, people, I'd be pretty surprised if we don't invite you to some form of a ceremony.
I would be surprised too. I would like to do that. I would really like to do that.
It would not make sense for us to. We took you this far. It would seem pretty messed up to do the rest of it without you. Of course, to the people that really know, we were married in Vegas. You know.
Oh yeah, that rumor.
We really weren't. You can look that up. We really weren't. That's just stupid.
Can you guys go over and subscribe to my channel?
No, do that, please. In fact, support all of the people that are fighting the good fight, whether or not they got anything to do with us. If you're looking at content and the stuff that you're looking at seems to be moving the ball in the right direction, I don't care who they are, hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you a freaking dime to hit subscribe, and it does support the people that create the content that you like. It keeps them going. There are days where 30 subscribers change your attitude so much that it might keep you doing stuff when you want to take a day off. Know what I mean? Yes. We will be yelling for it. I hope so. So,
Bailey, thank you for that. It's so cute. Sarah Browett, I love you, girl.
This has been fun. All right, people, between now and the next time I see you, do me a favor, reach out and try to save somebody. Quibs, thanks so much for coming on the boat. It's always so much prettier over here when you show up.
I love you, Bunnyfoot.
I love you too. All right, we're going to call it a day, people. God
Night,
bless.
guys.
And we'll see you on the next one.